twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Caught in Two Minds podcast.
Meanwhile, Shelly weaves his way through. What a start this has been.
Big dog,
What's up?
what's going on? Hold on, let me see what happened to my background. Let me see.
There we go.
There it is. Look at me slipping. Yeah, Wednesday afternoon game here in Texas. Arsenal, Southampton at the Emirates.
Yeah.
And we walk away with a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Down to 10 men for the last 30. So I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being realistic about, hey, we're in a relegation battle, then grabbing your draws is important.
Right. Especially from a team that's way up in the table.
Top five.
Yeah. We eked out a nice little 1-1 draw down man, I would say. Based on the way the team plays and who we are. What'd you think about the lineups at the start of the game?
I kind of
everybody
like
was happy.
Was saying, like, I was cool with the changes. It was but the bench was weird.
Yeah, that's true.
The bench was weird.
A lot of defenders.
Anybody answer me about Nelson? No clue.
I saw somebody on Twitter said he was hurt, but I mean, that's somebody on Twitter. You know, they in the know, quotation marks. I haven't heard anything either, but that's got to be the reason. You know, it's got to be if you think about it. But everybody was happy about the lineups because no Xhaka, he no Bellerin, both of them completely. They didn't have a chance to play. Bellerin, yellow card accumulation, and Xhaka, we all know what happened to him. Ironically, it happened again today from one of my favorite players this year. Somebody I've been really hyping up. Gabriel got 2 yellows in like the span of 2-3 minutes at tops.
Yeah. And
the first one was stupid. He kicked the ball away.
Yeah.
Can't do that. And then the Theo with the dark arts goaded him into one. But I mean, what'd you think about him? Was the I mean, people say, yeah, he should know better. You can't do that. But was it, you know?
I feel like the second one, man, he could have kind of let go. I mean, you know, you got to know that Theo is trying to bait him a little bit too. So Theo was leaning and shouldering him in the gut, and you know, I mean, there was a little like back and forth. I get it. He did reach out and grab him a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, when he put his hand on like his shoulder and jerked the knot in his ass just a little bit, Theo went down, and you know. This ref, I mean, with his yellow card distribution and when he gives them and when he doesn't, it's weird. Yeah. And I just think we were just a bit unlucky. But based on everything that's been going on these last, 3 or 4 weeks, he's got to know better. And when we're talking about discipline and Arteta and changing the culture, I mean, we're going in the opposite direction of discipline. Every game somebody's getting sent off.
It's not like completely like weird to think like a team that thinks that they're direly underperforming right now would be kind of in this like headspace where they've been lashing out and doing some stupid shit. Right. I mean, we've seen it from other players. I mean, this is the history of sports. I mean, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, part of what we talk about with the discipline was that Arteta needs to like hold people accountable. But you can't mess around with Gabriel, who's been the player of the month all 3 months to start the season.
Right.
Some people get a pass.
He definitely gets a pass. He's earned a pass. you would just think that would have been stressed. They would have, or they would have. Come on, let's keep it a clean game. You don't want to give up too many fouls, especially with Ward Prowse. I mean, he's got a tremendous right foot, and they got a Viking. They got a big ass Viking on their team who Mo El Nini's guarding. I just thought that matchup was weird all night, but he held his own. The big fella didn't get on any, but yeah, you would have thought Arteta would have really stressed that. Hey, let's take it easy on the fouls. We don't want to give up too many free kicks, let alone get yellows and get set off.
Yeah,
but who cares? At this stage in the game, who knows? Actually, I care, but who knows? Who knows what's going on? He's a little general. He's a tyrant. I don't know.
He looks tough, like he means business, but then I'm watching the team, and I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Like,
I mean, yeah, okay, so back to the first half. I mean, the beginning of the first half. I mean, you talk about coming out flat. I mean, just dull. Dull.
I mean, I was screaming urgency when I watched Abba get the ball for the second or third time, and just that like cruise control. Yeah. And I'm gonna try to pick out something really fine and cute to see, and it's like, dude, like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Do they still drug test for weed in the BPL? I don't know.
They're light years ahead of us. No.
I don't think they do.
Hey, it's too many Dutch and Africans in the league and South Americans. Like,
I mean, who knows?
You can't.
I mean, that could be what's going on. Who knows? But yeah, just dull, no urgency. We're not playing like a team that's, we're not playing like Burnley playing against us, just scratching and clawing and trying to do something. Mm-hmm. We're just out there kind of, let's flick it out. Let's flick it out wide to the kid, see if he can do anything miraculous.
I mean, it's kind of weird because, we saw a few times in this game where they like kind of clicked on the overdrive to like close balls down, try to put some pressure on. And it was pretty good pressure when they were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I always go back to like, it's kind of weird that we don't do it more often, or when I watch other teams do it, it's like, wow, how come these other teams could do it for like 85 minutes? They just go all day long on overdrive,
Yeah, we do it in spurts.
Yeah.
And when we do play with some type of energy, like you were saying, that's when we get things going offensively. But also that's when somebody's about to get sent off.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing last week. We started playing good for a little stretch. We got the goal, it was well worked. And Gabriel gets sent off. So yeah, we don't, like you were saying, we don't play with that energy throughout the game. But when we do, we play good. So I don't understand what's going on there. But tactics. Yeah. He's a little genius. We're all behind him. We love him. Let's talk about that first goal. Theo Walcott coming home and scoring a well taken goal. He wasn't even offsides. I was tripping. I was tripping.
With that one.
I was tripping. It's funny. He plays out wide. Remember, he's another one that didn't want to play in them. He wants to play in the middle. I'm a real striker and shit. You know what I mean? Their coach is like, yeah, get out wide.
Yeah,
we're playing around.
Hey, but then he chipped Leno, and he's like, "See, I'm a real striker." You see?
Well, yeah, he could. Yeah, but you just gotta make that run from out wide.
Nobody listens to the point I'm trying to make with the lack of just finishers. Like when we get a breakaway, it's still squeaky bum time.
Right.
I'm not sure if the guy that's getting the breakaway is gonna like have a heavy touch and just not get the ball off at all.
Right.
Or if he's just gonna fly one up over the goal, or and I watch so many other players in the Premier League that just, when they get out and in the open and it's one-on-one, no problem.
Right.
It's going in the net. And
Yeah.
I never feel like that with our players, man.
Well, my
Never.
question is, when is the last time we've had a fast break? Like, when has somebody on our team slipped a through ball like that guy slipped to Theo? And got
I would say, I guess Abba got one today.
Yeah, maybe.
Two. He got one today where Ceballos slipped him one down the middle and he got behind, and it was like, okay, but then he immediately kind of bumbled the ball at his feet, and then he tried to make a pass, and
he slipped that one, and it went all the way through to Pepe, and he took a shot. But no, I hear what you're saying. Even when we do get a fast break, it's fingers are crossed.
Yeah,
because we don't really. I mean, Abba took his goal good today. It was well worked. I mean, how about the kid?
I mean,
Saka showed everything right there on that play, and a beautiful little pass by Eddie. Beautiful.
Eddie just tipped it right to him because that was the right play to do, and everything looked beautiful on that goal. It sure did.
Yeah, I'm glad. Maitland-Niles and Eddie got to play today.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Okay. You said Maitland-Niles. I don't care even that like twice a game he gives me a whoa minute because he did something that he tried to get a little cute or something like that.
I'm always like, what are you doing? You're not that good. Just play it straight up.
But
he
is head and shoulders better than Bellerin in a panicky situation in the corner or making up for his error, like swiping at a ball, missing it. Nobody's faster at turning around on a dime and getting back to the guy that's got the ball than Maitland-Niles. So I'm just saying, like, we're to a point where I would start picking lineups by effort and ability over any kind of reputation or skills that you might think somebody might have more.
Right.
So, like, for instance, Ceballos, he is a wild tornado of a mess in the middle of the pitch, but he never stops.
Right.
He does, even though he gives the ball away at times, he also takes the ball away at times. Like, in comparison, you can't get that from Xhaka or,
No, Xhaka, no. He shouldn't. You know what I mean? He shouldn't play this. He shouldn't play ever again, really. Or Carling Cup.
Off the bench. Yeah.
Off the bench. But he's got to be doing that. But then Abba would never play if he picked on effort. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Anyway, that's the one thing I like Eddie over Abba is his effort. Like he will attack a ball in the air. Like you can see he's hungry for a goal. Like he's frantic almost. You almost want to tell him, hey, kid, calm down a little bit. But he wants it. Whereas Abba's like, my weed's wearing off, dude. I'll be glad when halftime gets here. So I can take another ball.
What'd you say?
He's like, I can't wait till halftime so I can take another bong rip. That's where Abba is.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, it's too you know what I mean? $350 a week,
so much money, dude.
31, got kids. He's probably married. I don't know if he is, but whatever.
Oh yeah, he is.
Of course. You know what I mean? It's time. It's time to settle down. Ride it out.
It's time to make sure when I'm running out there that I don't blow out a knee.
Right.
Twisted ankles. So let me not run too hard.
Right. The wife was yelling at him. No, you can't buy that.
It's also that when I said that, I snuck in ability too. Effort and ability. And when I talk about Nketiah, like you said, with the energy that he plays with, he's also by far, if you just look with your eyes, the fastest guy at that position that we have. When he goes to close down the goalie with the ball and stuff like that, like if he just goes on a sprint, he's faster than Abba. Oh yeah. Abba he's too long strided.
Actually,
maybe I'll say he's not as quick. Abba's not as quick as Nketiah, so like when Nketiah decides to take off, he can jump into a position better than any of our guys.
From the middle striker or the middle of the pitch. We're gonna have to ask some people that question on Twitter. I disagree. I think Abba. I think if they race, Abba would beat him. But
woo.
Yeah, we'll put a little poll up.
Hey, somebody always has that sheet of the fastest times on the team.
Right. At Orbinho, that's my guy. He has a little stat. He'll probably have a stat.
Yeah.
Alba ran out. Whatever. Who knows? But midfield nowhere to be found on that goal to Theo. El Nini came crashing in, missed the challenge, slid, and Ceballos was somewhere pretending like he was doing something, and the break was on. Great finish by Theo. Leno way off his line, not his fault. Just I just noticed shit like that. Soft balls, but whatever. That's our keeper. Giving the ball away way too easy in the first half. Just sloppy. That's coaching. That's practice. That's what do we? Yeah.
I just like I try so hard to not just ride Pepe on every little thing because everybody gets mad at me. Everybody's gonna come away with today's game saying Pepe played a pretty good game or something. But I don't see it. I don't see it.
We can't get the ball to him. We can't pass the ball to him to his feet and let him try to do something. Like he can't even get the ball throughout the game. He took a few good shots when he was wailing, coming way deep in the middle of the pitch, like way inside. He took a couple good shots, but for throughout the game, there's nothing going on. Nothing.
We never try to throw one up top to him.
Nobody tries to spot his runs. You can see him throughout the game making good runs.
I can see him in position,
but nobody passes him the ball.
No, I mean,
when he's making a run,
his best chance today, Maitland-Niles stole the ball on the pitch. They were both near each other,
right?
And Maitland-Niles stole it, and Pepe started going, and he was going down the sideline. Right. And Maitland-Niles' plan was he threw it down the ground to his feet to try to battle some 6'4" Viking warrior.
Right.
Where I was like, it seems like Pepe should be able to just outrun that guy. Why don't we just put that up over that guy's head?
Yeah.
It's just like our choice, or I don't know. Does Pepe say that's where he wants it, or
who knows? But
I don't know why that's the choice, but
it's impossible to get him the ball. It's just like we can't pass him the ball.
I mean, but there's a lot of pitch. There was a lot of pitch left. It was like, just put it on down there in the corner. Pepe, I'll run the guy.
But either way, he can't just come back and get the ball. I'm not talking about like that. You're absolutely right. Yeah, put it in space, let him run and get it. But throughout the game, he's not consistently getting touches.
I know.
He can't do what Saka does on that other side. We can't get him the ball so that he can do something. Put in a cross, go on a run. He can't.
I mean,
he's not better than Saka, dude.
Listen,
Seriously,
man, I'm so torn. This is the Pepe problems.
I just don't understand
Pepe. But I'm gonna tell you the difference between the two of them is passes into Saka. If they're not forward passes that he'll run on, he will take the ball and turn on somebody fast, so it's just more direct play down Saka's side.
Right.
Pepe, if you go to Pepe, I'm going to tell you, his choice, though, is to play as a target man, to play with his back to the baseline, to receive that ball, to now make a choice on how he wants to use this fool. I'm going to now use this guy.
I completely agree.
A year into this, Pepe, you're not using nobody.
I completely agree with that.
Anybody.
Completely agree with that. But he can't, throughout the game, get the ball. Come and get the ball. Like it's not like Saka's making tons of runs throughout the game.
That's true.
He's playing like a 1-2 game with Tierney. You know what I mean? He's in the little pockets of space and around the middle.
Sometimes he
pitch.
slides inside and Tierney goes out. And
there's an option to get him the ball throughout the game. But I mean, we can't get anyway. So I don't know what I just don't.
I mean, I just feel like even if you guys don't, even if the Pepe fans don't want to blame it on Pepe, let's just blame it on the whole experiment. It's not working. It's just not working out, really. I don't care if you guys want to throw out the stats to me that he's created more chances than anybody. You know what? That's on a team that's dog shit. And the best player on a team that's dog shit could still be dog shit. But he's our 70 million pound dog shit. And that's too much. It's too much to have paid for something like this. We need to recoup our costs the best we can. I'll always scream it from the mountaintop. Every player has a maximum value. When it starts going down, it's going down.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, I've never been on the bandwagon. I didn't pretend I saw him play when he was in France. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these guys. I wait till he gets on the team and I watch him play. You know what I mean? So this is all I know is the Pepe that's on Arsenal. I'm not you know what I mean? I wasn't watching fucking, L'Equipe or whatever it's called, Ligue 1. Football matches. Just, I'm not gonna play around with it. I only watch Arsenal.
Right.
So here's my thing. You're a grown man. You don't have the brains to play in this team or in this league. Like you can't do what Saka does, dude. You can't be a threat over there like him. Seriously. Like you can't throughout the game offer anything but a moment of brilliance periodically. You know? Right. That's what I don't understand. Like he doesn't have is it tactics or he just doesn't get it? But he can seriously be like, fuck it, I'm gonna play like Saka. I'm gonna come back, get the ball, move around, find the pockets of space. Nothing throughout the game. Nothing.
Saka is I think it boils down to Saka. It just plays way more aware of what's going on.
Yes. Smart.
So if he stands on the outside thinking he's going to receive the ball there, he gives that a few seconds. And if it's not working, then he looks for like another little space to slide into.
Right.
Let me give my guy another angle. And when you look on Pepe's side, you could close your eyes and point where he is. You know exactly where he is. The same place. Standing right next to the visiting manager.
Right.
Now, on the sideline. He's standing right next to the visiting manager on the sideline every single time.
Now, let me ask you this. Does tyranny have something to do with that?
The way he releases Saka up.
Right. The way he reads the game and he's picking those passes to Saka, whereas Pepe has got Bellerin but I thought Maitland, he did good. I mean, it was just for some reason we were like, no, we're not gonna try to get Pepe the ball. Like nothing. We don't want him to be a dynamic player and get involved and try to create shit. We don't know. We're gonna go on you know what I mean? We're gonna go on the left side and that's it. Like, you know what I mean? So who knows, dude? It's mind-boggling. Like there's just nothing throughout the game from him enough to the point where you can even hold on. There's people that are just holding on. Like, he's got a tremendous left foot, and every now and then he pulls off some shit where you're like, wow, this guy is awesome. But for the majority of the time, it's dog shit. And let's stop fucking around.
Yeah,
we don't have any choices
just
now.
Doesn't count. It just can't be a sporadic career when you paid 70 million pounds for him.
Right. And when Reece plays, he's more aggressive throughout the game. He's more involved. You know,
Hey,
and he's
right
like our
now,
third
I mean,
choice.
just tell me, E. Right now, it's Reese, William, or Pepe. Who's your choice?
I'm going with Reese. I'm going with all those Hellwind boys, those youngsters. Put them all out there because this is a rebuilding. You know, if they should be screaming, you know, the management, Arteta, they should all be saying, we're rebuilding. This is a rebuilding experiment. You know what I mean? So that they can save their jobs. Because
Yes.
then if you rebuilding, then it's like, okay, patience, whatever. But they should really be stressing that. And then when they say that, play the kids, play all of them.
Yeah, I mean, even say it right now.
Yeah.
Even though you should have done this weeks ago, go ahead and just do it right now and let everybody know. You can even admit, like, in lieu of the situation we're in right now, everybody should know that we are now shifting gears. The young boys are getting time.
This is a rebuild. This is a rebuilding project. We're gonna, you know, buy the players that we want and need, and we'll be getting rid of some other ones. What? A mountain lion?
No. Hey, midweek, people walking, getting their exercise, you know.
Oh, I got you. Looks like a beautiful day out there in the bay. Look at
wonderful. It's wonderful. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain tonight, though.
It's nice here too. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
December, Texas. Yeah.
It's beautiful. You know, you can play. This is golfing weather in Texas.
There you go.
You can't really play in the summertime, but it's been a while since I got out there. So what else we got?
So yeah, man, youth movement all the way for me. And coincidentally kind of ties in, but I think you remember it was like maybe not even a week ago, something that came up where they said the board is committed to back Arteta with money.
Right.
Like they're gonna be going into the, and then I think 5 minutes before we got on, I saw a story that said Arteta's been approved for one player. He's got to go decide what one player is going to help turn this whole thing around.
Right. And,
okay. Yeah.
Right.
Same old story at Arsenal, you know.
I know the decision not to play Ozil. Oh shit. I know the decision not to play Ozil was not Stan Kroenke's decision. Because like you told me the story about how cheap he is as an owner.
Oh man,
for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah,
back in the day. I mean, I've heard he's turned things around, but he's not one of those guys that's just gonna let some dude sit on the bench and get hella money and then not play him. You know, especially when we're in a relegation battle.
Is it Kroenke over the board?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you put a board in for, right?
That is true. I mean, especially because his main, you know, he's got a hard.
The way they always explained it was the board is really mad at Ozil and
because he didn't. Is it because he didn't take the pay cut or whatever?
That was supposedly the second one. The first one was about the treatment of the Muslims in China.
Gotcha.
Which I saw a few days ago. Griezmann spoke out about it. And everybody's like, well, in lieu of the way you saw what happened to Ozil, I wonder what, how Barcelona's going to be looking at this. With,
he plays.
We need him. We need him. Yes.
Right. So yeah, what were we talking about? Look at me. I forgot.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the young kids and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's time to like you said, if we admit that it's time to rebuild, tell everybody this is what we're doing, then you can justify things like selling Bellerin. Sell him.
He's crocked. You're not going to get anything for him. But
like I said, I actually said it like maybe a year ago that I thought we should, but like I said, this still falls in that same theory. Like everybody has a high end, man.
Oh yeah,
most valuable. Bellerin 2 years ago had Barcelona and all these people that were drooling over him.
Right, and
if we would have done it then, who knows how much money we would have gotten.
He had already started losing a step too back then. And nobody. Yeah, but I've mentioned that more than anybody on the face of the earth. He's been, he's a pussy. You know,
he looks
just
good in a
doesn't.
chocolate peacoat though.
He just doesn't. He just
Oh, just
right.
you know, like
He just doesn't. He just never. He never got
my
that.
mother, you know what I mean.
He never got that. He never got that talk. You know, like he needed to play for Simeone. Simeone would have got the best out of Bellerin
Yeah.
5 years ago. Like let's just say if he played for Atletico Madrid and that was Simeone's only choice, he would have made a hell of a player out of that kid. Come on, puta, let's go.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He would have had Godin all in his face.
Right.
The so I guess speaking of Simeone, I guess we're getting Lucas Torreira back.
Yeah, he couldn't even. Yeah. What they said.
They
said he didn't want him back.
It's not working out.
Get out of here, puta. Right. You're soft, but yeah, I mean, he'll definitely he'll help, I guess.
I don't know. I mean,
if we,
it seems like Arteta thought he was dog shit.
right. His man management, like you can't, you know what I mean? You can't bring
He need to swallow his pride and start bringing some of these fools back. Man.
You can't get the best out of your players. None of them. Like,
yeah,
he's a vampire, dude. I call coaches like him vampires. Like they just drain you, dude. Like you get to a point where you're like, dude, I hate this guy. He's such a, you know what I mean? You could just see it. Like he's just he's a grinder. He's just draining everybody. Saka don't even smile and shit no more. He's out there like, he's just, let me tell you this. Let me say this. I'm kidding. We're just running our mouths. I love it. But Tyranny should be captain. Yes. After the first goal, he was cussing out the midfield, letting them know that, hey, you guys blew it. And you could really see him throughout the game getting on these fools. And he seems like he's a leader to me.
He's fired up, man, and he is down for the squad, man.
Right. More so than who. That guy's quiet.
Hey, well, who had it before him?
Come on, dude. Why'd you have to bring that guy? Why'd you have to bring that guy?
Xhaka. That's what I'm talking about. And this is Xhaka got the captain's armband in the summer after he did the choking, the first straight red back in like March or whatever, when he fell out of favor with them.
He flipped the crowd off?
Yeah, flipped the crowd off on his way out and stuff like that. And then like in June, when we came back, he gave Xhaka the captain's armband.
Yeah, just ridiculous. Who else?
Just tell me about your discipline again. Let me hear it again, Arteta.
Who else?
In what way is it that you're like leading this team and holding them accountable?
I think he gave it to Bellerin in one of those little transition weeks a couple times. Come on.
Ain't that cute?
I'm just saying. Like we're it says it all, dude.
What are you saying?
We're a
Come on, man.
We're a soft club. We don't even play good football anymore.
It's just real weird that we got like a whole bunch of kind of different players from the soft days, and we're still soft.
Only one that's missing is Denilson. Like, Denilson should be getting a place in this squad, and it would just be perfect. The icing on the cake.
I always think about Denilson, and I always think about Clichy.
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 He's another one. Like he got out when he went to Man City, and Pep made him a better football, or whoever, not Pep, Mancini, one of their coaches. But
Roberto Mancini.
He kind of got the best out of him, because for a while,
it's weird.
Clichy's another one, tremendous talent, but come on, dude.
The fans they love to like. There's a small handful of guys that they like are so pissed that they left our squad and went to a rival.
Right.
But then there's like a whole nother like 15 players that did it too, that they just whatever, man. So no, you don't hear anybody talking about Sagna or Clichy.
Oh yeah.
Or I mean, you even
Adebayor.
hear a Nasri every once in a while, but not really. Nasri. I mean, there's so many of them that they pecked off our squads over the years, man, that, went on and got 4 or 5 years with the squad and probably got a trophy.
Yeah, won a couple trophies.
Yeah.
Van Persie goes to Man U. Like, you know what I mean? We've been an embarrassing squad for a long time. Just, you don't really see shit like that from other, big clubs. Like Sir Alex called Wenger and made him sell him RVP, basically. Yeah. He calls him drunk one night. I could just say, well, I don't want to sell him. But Adebayor, now when all those fools started going to Man U, that showed we had a bunch of mercenaries on our team.
Yeah.
People that wanted to get paid and they would go anywhere.
I get extremely hurt the way people dog Adebayor, and I don't care. I know. I remember the red card spike swipe after he left the team. All that, dude. But I don't care. I mean, Adebayor was a goal scorer. He scored goals for Arsenal. And would have kept scoring goals if he stayed, but it's all right,
Yeah, I mean, people people out there that like Bellerin. They think Bellerin's cool.
Exactly. These are the same people that have the handle Xhaka is God.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Look at his hair. Justify Xhaka's performances. Look at his haircut. Okay, come on, that guy's good, man. Anyway, 1-1 draw. I mean, it's a team fight, but when you go down, when good teams, actually, we're not good, but you would have thought we could have maybe strung together a few more passes, even with a man down. Try to build a little something.
I was torn about that feeling because I did keep thinking, like, you know what, we didn't attack counters the way we should have at the end of the game.
Right, we got sloppy.
But then I guess, to me, like when I saw Saka was tired, dude.
Hey,
he was tired at the end.
Right. And he
makes so many runs up and down the pitch,
Right. And he got his knee and ankle rolled over. Oh. But he's a child and it didn't really hurt him right now.
Yeah.
He
got loose joints. He got loose joints still.
He's so spry. Look at him. He's just a puppy. But
I thought they should have attacked him a little bit harder just because we're in this like there's nothing else to lose kind of feeling.
Right.
But then I guess realistically there is. I mean, we were 5 points out of the relegation. We probably should try to stay there.
Right. Play for a draw. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I think playing for the draw was the right move, even though it was kind of frustrating because it felt like we could have picked one off,
Holding at the end had a great chance to score that goal. Great free kick, great set piece by Saka. Beautiful ball. He's an all-around nice, solid player. He doesn't try fancy shit. He's just fundamentally sound on all aspects of the game out there on that wing. He's a joy to watch. Really is.
He is, man.
He really is.
The way he puts pressure on guys to guard him, the way they have to guard him. But I even noticed, some of those times when he's trying to get around the corner on somebody, that he takes it like it's his choice to take it hella tight to that defender.
Right.
And make that defender have to fight through his body to try to get the ball.
Right.
And I always think like that's too close, but he always kind of he keeps the dude off him the whole time,
Just a fundamentally sound player on all aspects of the game. Just a joy to watch, and deceptive with his speed and his quickness. Because like you were just saying, consistently he can get around that guy in that tight angle as he's bodying him up to get to that byline and get that cross in with his left foot. Tremendous. And you never see that. You never see any of that from Pepe. Back to that. But go ahead.
Exactly. The other thing I want to keep an eye on over the last 2 games, I mean, I can't swear by it, but I think so. Taking a few more shots. Saka is taking a few more shots.
Right.
You know, when he gets into position, he's not necessarily always looking for the pass anymore. Like, if he thinks he can get a shot off, he'll take it now. And I like it.
With his right foot.
Yeah.
On target.
I've seen him go both feet with it. Yeah.
On target. So, that's the one part of his game he needs to work on a little bit more. But, that's, once he gets that, he's going to be a world beater. But all in all, we didn't start the game off the way we needed to. We needed more urgency. We needed to press throughout the game. But schedule congestion, lots of games piling up. And to your other point, that's probably why we did play for the draw. So that was kind of smart because you could really see some of the players getting tired. So all in all, I'm happy with the draw. But, another silly red card.
Yeah.
Starting the game off, we're starting to repeat the same mistakes over and over again with no urgency, no coming out the gates. The only time we do is like right out of halftime. Both weeks we come out the gates, we look good. Today we scored a goal, and then again, just like last week, a yellow card. You know what I mean? Within that first 15 minutes when we were playing good. So who knows? We got Everton next on Saturday. It looks like Carlo righted the ship, and that's another thing with an experienced manager. When things aren't going bad and you're losing a few games back to back, or you're getting draws, or the team's not playing good, the top managers know how to right the ship. Yeah, and Arteta's never been in this situation, so that's where we're at.
I mean, the big point for me, just like you're saying, is I'm not trying to say I understand what we need to do with the squad we have, but I do know we need to do different things. Today was a step that he, even though, like you said, he was forced to take out Willian and Xhaka because, Xhaka and Bellerin. Right. But he did choose to leave Willian out, which was a choice. All right, we're working on something, Arteta. Right. Next game, let's see if we can, maybe, I don't know, do something different.
Right. But
some different stuff. Show me working on it.
That right there shows you the lack of talent on the team. Because it's like, But what he can do, and it would be, short week, just play the kids, mix it up, put Willock out there.
Yeah. If you need to give Maitland-Niles a break, put Cedric in there? How about Cedric goes out on the right,
or play Maitland-Niles again. Because he can play different positions, and I think he's ready. He just needs a consistent run of games. You know what I mean?
You remember I already told you, man. I'd be playing. I'd be trying him up on the wing too, on the right wing, up top. Like
I forget which Europa League game that was, but he was playing kind of as the holding midfielder. He wasn't, because Cedric and him were out there, and he was in the middle.
That last game where he was on the right, but then they slid him inside and shit, and they brought
playing good,
Yeah.
So anyway, Everton on Saturday.
We got a draw, folks, and I can't believe it feels good, but it did.
Right. But anyway, on that note, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say peace. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, like, rate, review.
If you check our bios on Twitter or Instagram, you will you can see the link tree, and you can find out all the places you can see us. You can see us on YouTube for you guys that are listening, but you don't know. Oh, you could watch these two clowns actually look a fool. Yeah, right. You can go to YouTube and watch us too. So
right. I like how you did that. That was real sick. Anyway, peace.
Peace. Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Thank you for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Guna Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com And be sure to follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.
Soccer is the truth.